The Divine Arts quest is interesting because even though we did already see events being added in this update, we do have confirmation that the Divine Art quest line is actually going to be something else, or at least some parts of this quest is going to be something else. What we have seen from the leaks is that it is actually going to be a multiple part quest line, around 9 quests apparently, which all have dialogues tied to each one of them. Now, before we continue with the video, I would like to ask guys to subscribe as we are going to be doing a Dark Blade giveaway at 90,000 subscribers and a permanent food giveaway at 100,000 subscribers, so don't forget to like and subscribe. So the other fighting styles that just got added are all boring quests, okay? Most of the fighting styles that got added are boring quests. So there are 2 newest fighting styles, and one of those is God Human and the other one is actually the Sanguine Arts. Now, they're actually pretty boring fighting styles, or at least their quests was pretty boring. The Sanguine Arts only required you to get a C event, which was actually mostly luck-based, and this was pretty boring. And then the God Human is arguably even more boring because what it did is it required you to basically have mastery on a bunch of different fighting styles and also material. But that is not what the Divine Art quest is going to be. If you actually go check out some of the leaks that we already have, and this is actual official leaks from the game files, here is ACSU's video again, and this is actually the first dialogue. So by the lava's flow, a choice you must make, toss 5 fruits unique in the Fiery Lake. So again, this is already a good sign because if this is actually the quest for Divine Arts, then that means Divine Arts will have a riddle that we are going to need to solve. If only most of the quests are going to be this interesting, then I think bloxfruits has a great future, at least for the quests. So, by the lava's flow, a choice you must make, this is pretty much hinting at the volcano island in the first sea. And also one thing that I really like is how this quest will probably take us across first sea, second sea, and even the third sea, which is actually, in my opinion, very interesting. And let's move forward. Now, there's even more dialogues right here. Their powers now released in the Molten Glow embrace the sacrifice, let their essence grow. So again, this is probably the dialogue after you have thrown the 5 fruits into the Magma Island, which is actually pretty insane. 5 fruits. And then right here, amidst the roaring sea where waves crash and treasures lie, this is gonna be the sand island on the first sea. And after that, under the burning sand, buried deep in white, treasure of ages wait for the tide. And then the third one is the rough sea on the third sea. To tame its rage and claim your prize, brave a thundering storm where danger lies. So I think the dialogue 3 is going to be probably gonna take you to rough sea on the third sea. This is probably going to be the third quest line. And again, as you guys can already see right here, this quest line is already taking us to the first sea and then to the third sea, and then also making us interact with the sea events, which in my opinion is actually pretty good. This is a great way of using sea events, making it a part of the quest but not making it the entire quest, which is actually very interesting. And then again right here, this one is going to be Mirage Island, as you guys can see right here. On an island shrouded in mystic haze, a puzzle awaits, a riddle to gaze. And this is probably what we're gonna go back to because we actually have an idea on what this puzzle is gonna be. So again, this is gonna be in Mirage Island. Unfortunately, the quest for Divine Arts is looking to be the single hardest quest line possibly in the entirety of bloxfruits, because not only is it asking you to get a Mirage Island, it's also asking you to answer a puzzle while you're in the Mirage Island, which actually I think the Mirage Island only lasts for around 15 minutes, so that's not looking too good for us. So dialogue 5, I think this is gonna be another sea event. This is probably going to be the pirate ship sea event, the shipwreck event, which we also have. This was added in the Halloween update of last year. And then dialogue 6 is going to be the jungle island on first sea, or the turtle island or great tree on third sea. And then the 7th dialogue is likely going to be the armament hockey guy. The armament hockey guy is likely to be that. And yeah, this is possibly going to be an armament hockey trainer, and it also gives a description. It leads its march without a shred, a secret king in its green stead. So it's giving us a hint, and this is probably going to be a specific armament hockey trainer or a hockey color trainer. And then for dialogue 8, this is actually going to be in the tree on Temple of Trials or Temple of Time. In ancient walls where whispers echo, stand a tree wise and mellow. So again, this is the most interesting questline I have ever seen for bloxfruits, which is actually genuinely a good sign. And I think a lot of you people are gonna be hyped for this as well. And here is actually the last part. Okay, so this one back then we didn't know what it was going to be, but now we have an understanding of what this is going to be. It's going to be the island that was shown in Zeolus's video, which is actually going to be the volcano, dragon island, dinosaur island, or whatever it is. Unfortunately, it is confirmed to be a sea event. So what this means is it's likely that we're going to have a sea event, or it's likely that we're going to need to interact with a sea event still for this quest line. But at the very least, this quest line is more interesting than the other quests, okay? So it's not looking all too bad for bloxfruits. Alright, before we continue on with this video, I would like to remind you guys of the sponsor of today's video, and I want everybody to be using KINO so that you can also earn Robux while playing Roblox. KINO is an amazing app that ranks the best quality Roblox games. When you play higher ranked games, you earn KINO coins. Earn enough KINO coins and redeem them for real life Robux. So what are you waiting for? Download KINO now and start playing to improve your skills and earn Robux. Make sure to use my referral code KM4DJH when signing up to earn 300 KINO coins for free. We will also be doing a permanent fruit giveaway for everyone that uses my referral code when signing up on KINO, so don't forget this very important step if you want a free permanent fruit. And while we are on that topic, I actually wanted to show you guys a little bit of stuff as well, and some more information about the moves and abilities of the Divine Arts, because I did talk about the quest line, but now I also wanted to talk about the moves and abilities. So the first one is going to be called the Fool's Demise, and essentially what Fool's Demise is going to be is it's going to be a grab move. Judgment of the Pitiful is going to act as a move similar to Rumble. I actually do have sneaks of this as well. Credits to Sentry. And Timeless Misery is basically going to act like a domain expansion, much like Unlimited Void, okay? And it's actually very interesting. There is a leak of that already, thanks to Sentry again. And this is sort of how it will look like. So, judging by the leaks and also the questline, Divine Arts is looking up to be the most overpowered fighting style that we are ever going to get in bloxfruits. It's genuinely interesting, and it's also looking to be a very powerful fighting style that's going to change the meta for bloxfruits. Like right now, the meta is God, Human, and Sanguine Arts. But once this update releases and people get Divine Arts, it is going to be the meta fighting style. Nobody will be able to beat it. And here, I just wanted to show you guys this as well, because just in case you guys were wondering where the 9 dialogue quest line came from, it basically came from this. So this is actually from the game files. And essentially what happens here is you start the quest line by talking to an angel statue. Thankfully, I do have the leaks of the angel statue. Again, right now, we do have the entire quest and 90% of the information about the Divine Arts. And this is actually how the angel statue will look like. This is before Zartania's inventory was privated. We were actually able to get the inventory or some of the items out of Zartania's inventory and assemble them. So this is essentially what the angel statue will look like. Now, moving forward here, there is going to be 9 quests, including this one, the Angel Statue quest, because you are going to need to talk to a statue, which could also be part of a sea event. And you're also going to get a title called Divine. I think this is after you finish all the quests, probably. And then if you look over here, the reason why I mentioned it's possibly going to be part of a sea event, or the first quest is going to be part of a sea event, is because it's actually going to take place in a flying island. So Angel Quest and then Island Fly. Now, we already was shown a sea event in Game Robot's last sneak, which is actually the Volcano Island. This guy actually did kind of predict him, saying that it's gonna have dragon bones and a volcano. However, if you did watch Game Robot's video, you will see that it actually didn't have dragon bone. It actually wasn't flying. It actually wasn't floating. It's in the sea. It's not a flying island. It's not floating. But it's very possible that there is going to be another sea event, and this other sea event will have this angel statue, and you can talk to it, and that's how you can start the quest line. And also, the 4th dialogue earlier, there was a puzzle mentioned, and this is actually the puzzle that we're going to need to solve while we are in the Mirage Island. And this is essentially the user interface for it. So essentially, this is going to be sort of like a minigame where you are going to need to solve a puzzle, because he did earlier show this one right here, which is a mesh. Now, I did make a video about this a while ago, but this is apparently connected to the puzzle, and it's going to, the sun and moon phase, actually. which is actually very interesting. Yes, that's going to be it pretty much for this video. There's nothing much left to talk about because Divine Arts has now been completely, leaked. Most of the stuff about Divine Arts has completely been leaked. And if you also noticed, they actually haven't been giving us any sneak peeks of the Divine Arts. Maybe because most of it has been leaked by leakers such as myself already. But yeah, most of the things about Divine Arts has already been leaked. And it is looking up to be the most interesting quest line and also the most overpowered fighting style in the history of bloxfruits. So this is one thing that I'm actually hyped for. The Divine Arts is interesting, and you guys should also be hyped up for the Divine Arts as well. That's gonna be it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace out.